Hi guys, welcome back to Rian's Garden. I hope you have been well. Well, I'm not been well at all. I have been sick for a few days actually. So I do apologize about my voice. If you have trouble to listen to me, I try my best to talk clearly. So the video today, I would like to give you the quick updates about my rose cuttings. So if you remember, I think last year or quite a while now, I think about 9 or 10 months ago, I did post a video that how I grows rose from cuttings. And I think before that I did have 1 or 2 videos, so I don't remember, but I will link the latest video I have in the description of this video below, so if you like to check it out. And I think that's the information I give you in that video was very good, so if you like to come back to watch that. But anyway, in this video I gonna talk through with you. So in the video I did show you or demonstrate to you how I grow rose from cuttings. In that video I talked to you that I used the softwood cutting, but actually a lot of people they mention that, or they call that bit or the length of the cutting that I use, they called semi-hardwood cutting actually. But in the video I just mentioned to you the softwood cutting, so I do apologize if I confuse you, but I just mentioned to I demonstrate to you which part I use, like on the branches of the rose. So I hope that wasn't confuse you too much. I don't use the cutting or the part that on the top near to the blooms area. I find that they quite young, and they often shivering down and dry out very quick. So I often use the lower part of the branches that I just show you. So here the lower part. So normally I just use down here. Even like one branch like this, I choose maybe just use to get only one cutting from it. I just don't use the part that near to the bloom. You can see it's too soft. Alright, so here let me just cut down. So we do cut the part off. This part off. You will see here no leaf, no over here or anything at all. So because we want to cut now, just we know the leaf nose where they will form the root out. And I'm going to choose how to see this one over 15 to 20 centimeter. Look, and I just cut the part on the top off because I don't need them. So only like this, perfect. And the side of the cutting are quite small as well. They are not thick at the side of pencil at all. Alright, so I just put I got something here. That usual I just make the hole and push a cutting in. Normally I put over 2 or 3 nip nodes in the soil. It depends on the length of the cutting. Like this one example, I can put only 2.5, I think roughly like that, in the soil. But anyway, and on that video I did show you, I tipped the container out. I got 3 very well rooted cuttings. I pot them up and I keep potting up. As they grew quite big, I plant them out in the garden. They done so beautifully as well. One of the cutting, it got callus right at the bottom. On that day it wasn't root out at all, but it rooted out right at the end. That cutting actually I gave away at the end, because at the end I noticed a variety. I already 3 bushes in the garden plus 3 rooted cutting I planted out in the garden. That means 6 bushes of that variety. And the one that got callus and rooted out later, I decided to give away because at the end I feel a little bit too much for that variety. But it's beautiful. I will show you later where they are in the garden actually. So yeah, next me turn the camera around and I can show you my cutting area. Alright, so I'm in the carport and here are all my rose cutting. I'm so excited about them. So over here, all of them, they are like semi-hardwood cutting. And now I try to say it correctly, semi-hardwood cutting, not the softwood cutting. Look at this, very sad. succulent I have here. Do you see that? I didn't have enough zoom in the house anymore, so I just leave the succulent here. What do you call this one? Chinese money plant? I'm not sure. But anyway, maybe I'm not gonna rescue it again this year anymore. Last year it looked horrible like this. I tried to rescue it and then beautiful again, and it got shriveled by the thoughts. Few days ago we got -6 degrees Celsius. So okay, maybe the toss it. I'm not gonna rescue it anymore. Anyway, I'm sorry about that. My distraction. And here are all my rose cutting right at the moment. And this cutting, some of them I just did very recently. Example, this one. This one very recently, just maybe a week ago. I forgot to put the label on this one. Some of them I did not put the label either. Like some of here, some here too. Because when I do pruning, I want clearing out the base of the roses, and I just put some of them on together, and at the end I feel a little bit too much to label them. At the end, sometimes example I got only 1 or 2 cutting. I put in the container though. Example, when I prune it, I feel a little bit like way to throw them out. Okay, I just put in the container if they do anything or not. So some of them are. Example, maybe this one is the same variety, the whole one, but some of they are 2 or 3 different varieties in the same container. So I feel a little bit too much to label all of them. But anyway, so example, I told you this one is very recently I did it. Some of this over here as well, I did them very recently. I took the cutting very recently. Waiting for this this cutting they can be outside, so this one can go up here actually, because up over here it got a little bit more sun, like under our carport no sun at all, right down over here. On the top here a little bit more sun because the sun that shine through the gap here, maybe just 30 minutes 1 hour in the morning when we got sunny day. But right today is not at all. We got very cloudy day at the moment. Can you see that? Very dark cloud. We're supposed to have rain tomorrow. So in the video I just show you, or in that old video I just show you I keep my cutting. I will keep my cutting outside a little bit. Here, let me come over here. Out here in the corner actually. And after that we got so much rain and I lost a lot of cutting, and some on that day I just show you I have quite a bit of cutting. I kept them in the container, set around over here, and I lost a lot, even though I got a little bit hangover of the eve on the top here, but it could not prevent about how much rain we got. So lots of cutting were rotten. So I learned my lesson. I didn't understand why on that time, or at that time I didn't move my cutting like a little bit further like this year. So I think when we do things, and after that we just have to be smarter a little bit, But anyway, so now I kept since I think a half year actually, I kept all my cutting just inside here under my carport. But anyway, it seems to talk too much. So here I think some of the cutting I took maybe around in March. I think around in March, maybe late March, mid March. I'm not sure. But at that time it wasn't too hot. Wasn't wasn't that hot. Maybe just around 20 degrees Celsius. You can see why all my cutting they are on container in the container, because I think for me I feel that much success. I got more success if I leave the cutting in container, but I put the cutting in another container with some soil in there, or some potting mix, or like damp potting mix in there, because if I just leave the container, the cutting in there, and the soil in there moist much longer, but I don't need to water it as often, so that means the cutting gets rotten as well. Let me show you this one. I think I already have some wood coming out of the container. Okay, here, can you see that? It's wood coming out here. Okay. Okay, so can you see the wood of the cutting? Okay, wood sticking out here. Look at that. So I'm so excited about that. Okay, so you can see the soil in here quite moist. Sometimes I feel it dry. I did give it a little bit of water, and then on the top here, even you can see on the top here feel a little bit dry, but actually down at the bottom, down a little bit further, it's not dry at all. Now when I put my finger in there, I still can feel it moist. So in the video, or in the old video, I did mention to you I water the cutting every 3 or 4 days. But actually, when I do this method, I water this container even once a week, sometimes even every 10 days actually. I'm not put it on a real schedule at all. I come around and I check. I put my finger in the soil. I check actually. Example, this one. Today I will going to water it actually. But you can see on the soil here very dry, quite dry. But when I stick my finger right at the bottom, I can see the moisture in there. So I say, okay, I'm not going to water it because underneath this one, you can see I got some potting mix here. The potting mix still looking moist as well. So I wait a few more days and I'm going to water it. So this way, my cutting next rotten because I lost a lot of cutting that rotten last year. And what else? Example, I think this one I think some of the wood is starting rooting out as well. But in here I checked it the other day. I haven't seen the wood coming out yet. This container quite heavy, so a little bit difficult for me to lift it with one hand. Some of the old cutting here. This is the I think more hardwood cutting actually. This one I got the cutting from the bush that the lady she gave me one standard rose, and this rose bush she want to give the rose bush away actually, but the rose bush is too big. I couldn't dig by myself and it look old as well, and I prefer not to take the old bush because after a few years and they looking sad, might die anyway. I don't get me wrong, a lot of rose bush they can live for a long time, but I do like the rose bush they productive as well. But when they old, they if they wasn't like were take care of well or taken care of, and they look very truckly. So I took some cutting from that bush, and it's done very well actually. Let me show you. I think I did see some shoot there. You can see some shoot there. I think on this side too, but so far I haven't seen any wood yet. I think this one, I took this one, it wasn't that long. You can see that the soil and or the container at the bottom, it look damp. You see that? But even on the top here, look a little bit dry. But now you can put your finger down in here. Look, okay, damp as well. You see that? See the soil damp like that. So you don't need to water your cutting because too much water is the enemy of the rose. But anyway, so here to some tip and to give you the idea and to walk around or you can try this way as well. So far, it been working really well for me with this method. Just use the container. This on the fertilizer container. Put in some soil in there, potting mix in there, and damp in there. And then just put the container, container might contact into the soil, okay? So it can withdraw the moisture from the soil of a potting mix underneath when it needs. And on the top here, you can see it look quite damp and as well, but it not too overwater it. If too much water and the soil underneath it can absorb it as well. So either way, kind of a little bit like wicking pot actually. Anyway, example, this container, this one, they were outside, and the outside the area that I just showed you over there. But we're supposed to have a rain tomorrow, so I bring them inside here because I don't want to get rotten. I learned my lesson. And this one I did notice they have wood as well. This one, can you see that? It's rooting out crazy. Can you see that? Look at that. One thing you see on the cutting, on the soil in the cutting, I just use kind of like between around 40 or 50% of perlite and 40 or 50% of potting mix. It's kind of half of half. So you can know the idea how much I put in them. Okay, so over here, in my fanya, by the way, the area I got a lot of citrus. If you want my citrus tour recently, yeah, so far I haven't harvested any blood oranges, even though they looking delicious. And I just show you in the video, I got some rose cutting in this area as well. You know this one. You know which one I'm so excited? This one I'm so excited. I already have 3 bushels of it, and now I got another one. This one, firefighter, beautiful dark red and have beautiful scent. This one I got from the lady. She got, I think this one more David Orton's rose, and it's more pink color. I don't know variety, but anyway, she gave me the cutting and she put it here. This is another cutting from my friend's play. I don't have a variety of this one, so it's nice to have different variety. And this one, another variety. I think I don't know. Another cutting from my friends. Or this one, I think I'm excited about this. This one, the cutting. I think it's called Heritage. David Austin. It's very nice. I got 1 bush of it, and after that, I took the cutting last year, and it took as well. It's very nice. This one I don't remember though. This one haven't grown much, but I know they have some wood in there. Here, see the root. Can you see that? The wood sticking out there. See the wood here? And more wood down over here as well. I hope you can see just a little bit though. So I just thought that the container more than enough to support this little cutting. So far I haven't divided. So far I haven't put in proper container. But anyway, it can stay here for needs over the winter. Alright, let's come to the area over here. I got some cutting that it grew so well from last year. Now I did lost a lot because of the rain, but I still have some. I just leave it in this area, and because some of them they starting go dormant as well. And I think a lot of them they drop a lot of leaves already right out at the bottom there, and some of them look yellow. I will pot them up very soon in the spring, maybe in spring or when I have time. But anyway, let's come over here. I want to show you. So here is an area that I planned 3 water cutting in the video I showed you in the rose video, and you see only around 9 or 10 months. And how much it grow? 1, 2, and 3. It got beautiful dark red color, and I think they are called Bordeaux. Beautiful color. I will put the picture on the screen for you. When they were in the pram few months ago, they looking glorious. 3 of it. Can you see? Only 3 little cutting or 9 months ago when I show you in the video. Look at that. And this one is different variety. This one, the one is the grafted one that I bought. But this 3 cutting is done so well. I couldn't believe that they grow so much. Look at that. And this is the same variety, the grafted one, like the same one like the color I just showed you over there. But you can see how much they grow up to just around 9 or 10 months. Look at that. 3 of them. And it's got beautiful hips, bow hips. Look at that. The bow hips are amazing. So that is it for the video today. I hope that walking around with you, talk through with you, and you kind of know the idea how I grow rose from the cuttings. I said to you earlier, I will link the previous video in the description below, so if you'd like to check it out. Like I said, this year, I add the container right at the bottom of the like cutting container. It's really help, and I very highly recommend that way. So you don't have to water the container as often, or the rose cutting as often, and your rose have less chance get rotten. Just try to to find the cutting, like the right, right condition for the cutting. And also like you know the perfect cutting things for me is not too old and not too young, and like I mentioned, like semi hardwood cutting. And also like the temperature is really add another crucial element in there as well. You don't want to take the cutting in a very hot condition, because it just make the cutting dry out so quick. And for me, I prefer to do it like in autumn, either early autumn or to mid late autumn. That could be fine, no problem. I do a lot of cutting starting in the winter as well. For me, they just take a little bit slower to grow in the winter. I mean to take the cutting in the winter, and of course they more throughout the winter. They just more like healings in the process, that they form the colors at the bottom of the cutting, and after that they will form the roots. I think maybe late winter, early spring. Yes, but the one that I think I take the cutting in autumn, they rooting out much quicker. What else? I think that's it actually. And make sure you don't have to. Make sure you don't put your cutting in direct sunlight and keep them out of the rain. Or because the rain, you can't do anything except you can keep them away from the area that the rain might hit them. Like now, I move my cutting under my carport. So I think that is. Then thank you so much for watching, and I see you next video.